Hi there, can you help me with some directions? Oh, okay, I see you don't have an upper body. Ah, not something you see every day. A railway line running through the center of a main road. Welcome to Fauresmith in the Southern Free State. Let's go and explore. There's Bloemfontein and Fauresmith is over there. Yes, how unique is this? Fauresmith is one of 3 towns in the world and the only one in South Africa where the railway line runs through the center of a main road. You can see there, very unique. The other 2 towns are in Tennessee, USA and Australia respectively. Yes, reg. And I've met some friendly locals here. Dag sê meneer, hoe gaan dit? Lekker man, wat is jou naam? Tsepo. Ek is Willie, aangename kennis. Sê vir my, hoe voel dit om in Fauresmith te bly?
Is baie lekker meneer.
Baie lekker. Dis net lekker warm hier by julle, né?
Dis warm.
En kyk nou hierso, hierdie treinspoor hier in die middel van die dorp. Dis baie uniek. Ja, sê, dankie Tsepo. Waardeer man. And yes, of course I got myself a hat to wear in this Fauresmith weather. It's a cool 38 degrees Celsius today. Of course the winters here can get very cold as well. So let me know if you've experienced those harsh Fauresmith winters. But for now, we're just going to need some protection for the head. Fauresmith is about 130 kilometers away from Bloemfontein, southwest of Bloem. And I believe it's the 2nd oldest town in the Free State. I've also read that it narrowly missed out on being the capital of the Free State by 2 votes. And Fauresmith, the town, was founded in the mid-19th century, and in the year 2011 it had 3,600 people. I don't know how many people they have in 2024. Here you've got the town hall of Fauresmith. My understanding is that the original one burned down, unfortunately. So this one was erected in 1930. And you can see there's a monument here commemorating the Voortrekkers, 100 years, the centenary festival. Voortrekker Eeuwfees, Ossewa Trek. Fauresmith is named after Reverend Philip Faure and Sir Harry Smith. Remember we talked about him when I mentioned the Battle of Bloemfontein. In the year 1848, the church sent 2 reverends to this part of the world to give spiritual guidance to the Voortrekkers. One was Reverend Philip Faure, which is one of the people after which Fauresmith was named, and the other was a certain Reverend William Robertson. Yes, this is the same Reverend Robertson we learned about in Robertson. Those 2 reverends, those 2 dominees, they travelled a lot of kilometers, 4,800 approximately. That's a long way to go to give spiritual guidance. But that was the year 1848. And of course we learn about Bloemfontein, 1848 as well, quite a significant year in this part of South Africa certainly. And also Reverend Faure was one of the founding members of the Kweek School, the theology faculty of the University of Stellenbosch, in 1859. People in Fauresmith and all over the Free State actually are very proud of this town hall because of its history and the fact that it burned down and it rose from the ashes like the phoenix. Next to the town hall you've got a reference here, historical tree in this direction, and I presume they mean the tree under which the first communion was served. Ah yes, there you go, Kerkboom, church tree. And you got a painting here on the wall with the Onze Vader, Our Father prayer, and I presume a church building. Yes, on the art trail here you can see there, Dutch Reformed Church, Fauresmith, 1856. So before the church was there, this tree would have been the place where the first communion was served. There you go. Yeah, reference, so there's Afrikaans and English. I think for now let's stick to the English. Under this tree, Reverend Philip Faure and Reverend William Robertson, representatives of the Cape Synodical Commission, served the first Holy Communion in the Riet River Dutch Reformed Congregation to 32 members on 9 November 1848. So a little bit of Robertson here in Fauresmith in the Free State. If you haven't done it yet, please go and check out my Robertson vlog. And also, if you haven't done it yet, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out with the algorithm, and of course I'm going to bring you lots more South Africa videos in due course. So please help me out, and it's free to do so. Please help me out by subscribing to this channel, guys. I don't have a marketing team or a production budget. I'm just a one-man band with a GoPro doing all the editing, all the filming, all the research. So certainly a lot of art on display here in Fauresmith. I've noticed these art found signs here, presumably some sort of art route. And over there as well looks to be an interesting display. So let's check it out. Yes, this is another art display. Wow. Are they people? Yes, indeed, they are a family. So check this out, the medium wood and scrap metal. We are family. Dad and mum and the 3 kids. And I've just noticed mummy is holding a baby as well. How wonderful is this? I don't think I would ever have come up with this idea. And it just shows you how much value artists add to our community. As a first impression, Fauresmith, I love your art and your creative touch. Check here, some Springbok art on this wall here. This is definitely Springbok country. And just opposite the Springbok art, you've got a very impressive church building. Just look at that. Very unusual design. Dumela, dag sê meneer, is die kerk oop? Is hy toe? Maar dit is die enige kerk hierdie, né?
Ja, dis die enige kerk.
Is die enige kerk. Okay, is goed. Okay, baie dankie. When Europeans started to settle in the region, they needed a church. You can't have a proper settlement without a place to pray. They negotiated with the British government for some land on which to build the church, but they failed. Ultimately though, they got creative and they built a temporary church on the farm Sanaspoort, which today is Fauresmith. I believe the farm Sanaspoort was on land that was granted to Adam Kok and the Griquas, and Adam Kok was initially quite hesitant to sell the land to the church. Eventually, after some more back and forth, the church council decided to buy Sanaspoort for 14,000 Rix dollars. Now at the time that was around £1,050, and proving that sometimes a bit of persistence does pay off. To fund the construction of a permanent church, plots of land were quickly put up for sale, and one intriguing condition: no alcohol or strong spirits were to be sold from those plots. Let's go and check out this very interesting church. Here's a sign that says Dank aan God vir 150 jaar, so thanks to God for 150 years. So 11 March 1848, I presume that's when this congregation started. Some statues of musicians here in the garden of the Fauresmith church. Just opposite the church here, you've got a Sunday school house, Sondagskoolhuis, and the plaque here says that this house, Sondagskoolhuis, was donated by Dr. Gideon Jacobs in Sissie Libbe. Welkom, or welcome. Here we have a cactus or a tequila or a Mexican inspired house, and it is just opposite the church. So I wonder if they have tequila instead of communion wine. All right, I've had a bit of an uphill walk, literally and figuratively. You can see there's the church. You can see some of the roofs of the houses, but I came up here because I think the views are going to be something else. Will just give us a different perspective of a beautiful town. Yes, just look at the beautiful backdrop there behind the church, and you've got more nature on this side, the koppies and the randjies, these small hills in the Free State. Check this out. I love the name of this shop here, Mooi Loop Kosmos Niks. And check this out, a rubbish bin sponsored by Toyota in Bloemfontein. I've never seen a rubbish bin sponsored by a car company. That's a first. And nice houses here as well on this side of a road. You can see there 1875. It was really in the mid 19th century when this town kicked off, when this town was founded. Here we go, Harry Smith Street, one of the people after which Fauresmith is named. Anyways, let's have a stroll here in Harry Smith Street to get an idea of how people in Fauresmith live. And you can see it's a pretty dry climate, but people take great care of their gardens. Very, very proud of it. These green containers I see are quite prevalent as well. The water tanks. And a gravel road here. Just gives it a bit of character. And a pop of colour here in the Free State. In Harrismith Street, Fauresmith. And you got the church tower there. And another gravel road which leads into a tarred road. I have to say, I'm surprised to see so many trees in the Free State. For some reason I did not expect this province to have so many trees, but obviously I'm not just referring to the randjies, but also in the street here. Fauresmith, surprisingly green. A beautiful turquoise roof here. And a silver one there. Look at how it glows in the sunlight. Gives it a bit of gloss. And a red one here. So people experimenting with a bit of colour here in the town. And I have to say, I do love this entrance here as well, and the motto there, altyd lig, always light. Yeah, more art, although I guess this is a little bit of a younger generation. And I've put this up. Look at all the animals depicted here in Fauresmith. People beautifying their beautiful town. Oh, check how striking this one is. The lion, king of Africa. We've got more scenes there. See there, grade 9. And you got the town hall overlooking the art as well. I am very impressed with Fauresmith's artistic talents. All ages. Even the back of a U-Save got an artistic makeover. Here you've got one of the original train locomotives on display here in Fauresmith main road. And you also seem to have a theatre here, Karoohuis. Beautiful design here. This is a very interesting building as well. They've got a bit of shade here for their plants even, because it's quite hot. And check this out, the house number, but on a potjie, on a black pot there. I can see they've done quite a bit of effort with their garden. Alright, I think it is now time for a bit of a stroll in the main road of Fauresmith. Yeah, next to the old train locomotive. And let's see what we can find. Here we go, more art. Yeah, so you've got numbers on the side there, no particular order, but you do have the months of the year depicted here in mosaic form, maybe like a clock, the months of the year. And over here, some discarded beer bottles becoming art in Fauresmith. I think that's a great initiative as well, to beautify your place. Don't litter, use it for art instead. We got some sort of general dealer there, allemans, so for every man. And yes, here is a map of the art route here in Fauresmith. That is very handy. So I guess we are here. Jagersfontein in this direction, but also Bloemfontein, and you have Koffiefontein in the direction there as well. Yeah, lots of trucks obviously passing this part of the world as well. Fauresmith, a useful logistics hub. Here's a reference to Fauresmith Riders. Looks like a self-catering bed and breakfast. But talking about riders in a different sense, Fauresmith is renowned in equestrian circles because it hosts the National Equestrian Endurance Race here in South Africa. That endurance race takes place over 3 days and it's about 205 kilometers, so not something for me. There's a gallery here, Benja van Zyl, Blou Galerij. And here you've got Silver Olijf. What is this, a guest house? Oh, silver kunst, silver art, and some local residents. And here you've got the site of the old Standard Bank building, and you've got another one of those rubbish bins, the trash can sponsored by Toyota. And you've got some more art on this side of a building here as well. Fauresmith, you need to be careful, you might run out of art options. And here you've got a clothing shop, Fauresmith. Some of the Free State fashions. Yeah, wearing jeans in the Free State in summer is not for the faint-hearted. And yeah, what a beautiful little display here. Look at that. Cute flower baskets, the succulents. And I'm not immediately sure what this used to be. So if you do know, let me know in the comments. Look at that, another beautiful house, and it's got a beauty salon. And well, I guess the church tried its best in terms of preventing people or prohibiting people from selling alcohol from the plots, but we do have a liquor store here now today. Hello meneer, dag sê. This is very South African. You'll have a liquor store and opposite it you'll have a butcher, because you'll have to braai and you need a drink for the braai, and Fauresmith is no exception. So Harry Moo, I wonder what Harry Smith would have thought of this if he was still alive. You also have a correctional community centre here by the looks of it in Fauresmith. And on this side, wow, look at this. I missed it, but there's more art. Maybe a more traditional African style. Not sure, are these rubbish bins? Yeah, looks like it. And there you have the old Fauresmith post office. I don't know if it's still in use, but you can see 1905, the building there. And yeah, just a reminder that we do have a train track, a railway line running through the main road. Can you imagine back in the day, you had horse riders on this side and on that side, and then you had the train. They might have had a railway back in the day, but today they still have a horse cart. Hello julle, dag sê. Lekker, lekker. Yeah, you might think from a safety perspective, having a railway line in the middle of the road is a bad idea. But I've also read that the only railway mishap ever recorded here, the unfortunate demise of a rooster. Check this out, next to the old post office, you have the Nommer Asseblief building. Hello sir. Hoe gaan het? Wat so gebou is dit?
Telefoon.
As die ou van die old telefoon. Daar's hy, dankie man. Daar's hy. So here the old telephone service. Die sentrale here in Fauresmith. Nommer asseblief, number please. And opposite here you do have a deli and a cafe. Hartland Deli and Cafe. Let's go check it out. They've got some art on the wall here as well. The old windpomp. And some of the things for sale. You got biltong, droewors, Oh, they sell vetkoek as well. That's interesting. So I think it might be time for lunch anyway. So you can see vars gebak, freshly baked. Yes, so a deli takeaway place, but it looks like they also have got various household items for sale and bread. If you've got a sweet tooth, I'm sure you'll be very happy here as well. Caramel mint tart there, 65 rand. It's a deli, but they also have some SPF 50 plus, which you'll definitely need in the Free State. Body scrubs and baby bottom gels. And they got some gift packs here. Very nice flower print earrings there. Got this cute little dress here, 80 bucks. And some more Christmas gifts, no doubt. Also 80, 50. Banana bread and rusks. And look at this wooden truck here, carrying wood. And some more Christmas presents made up. And there's our truck again. Looks like a popular plaything for kids here in the Free State. Truck made from wood. Here we go, and I see my vetkoek has arrived. Look at this. A vetkoek. The literal translation is a fat cake. I'm not sure if there's a better description, but you can see there it's a curry mince vetkoek with some sweet corn there, carrot, peas. Very South African. And just to get my energy levels up, got myself a Powerade as well, and you need a glass of ice in this weather. So here he goes. Just to show you there, it's fairly thick. The dough is very similar to what you'd get in an American donut, I guess. You can't come to the Free State and not have a vetkoek, a fat cake. Here goes. Oh, beautiful. For 35 rand, huh? This is for 35 rand, absolute steal of a bargain. So obviously I went for a savory option, the mince there, and the vegetables, but you can also have it as a sweet treat, so it's wonderful with syrup, honey. I'm sure Fauresmith will say they're waiting for you. So come here, come enjoy the vetkoek, come enjoy the art, come enjoy the wonderful plants on the side of the road. I've been very impressed with the place. Now Fauresmith, you continue to surprise me. Just look at your artistic genius. An old car with plants. Just check this out. So giving new life to the old automobile. And in there as well. Wow. Adds a bit of a rustic element to this garden. And you have Phoenix depicted there. A bit like Fauresmith's town hall, rising from the ashes. And just more of a place here. You can see Merry Christmas. It's not too far from Christmas. Yeah, I think this is the end of the main road, because you can see the railway line. It has a bit of a curve. I'm no railway expert, so I don't immediately know what this is. Looks like you could open and close it back in the day. Nonetheless, it's not every day you see something like this next to a main road, or in the case over there, in the main road. I'm just walking here in Albert Street, and I've spotted a windmill, a wind pump, and I also spotted some beautiful Free State scenery, a classic Free State scene. Now geology and archaeology, those are not fields that I'm very familiar with, but I've read that Fauresmith has given its name to some stone implements that were discovered in some excavated sites in the area. That includes some hand axes and cleavers, and it dates from the early and middle Stone Ages. So we are talking roughly 35 to 50,000 years ago. And it looks like the wind has also decided it's time to say hello. And I'm not complaining, because it is a pretty hot day here in the Free State. Yes, I think I might have arrived in the industrial centre of Fauresmith. So maybe not the most picturesque of areas, but nonetheless you see trucks and farm equipment. That's big business in this part of the world. Farm implements. So like everywhere in the Free State, Fauresmith will be dependent on farmers, and farmers will be dependent on Fauresmith. Yeah, the main street is also called Voortrekker Street in Fauresmith, and I've noticed there's a burger monument from the Anglo-Boer War about 300 meters away. Here's the site of a monument with some text in Dutch, but it's commemorating those who fought against England 1899 to 1902. And quite interestingly, here at the bottom, the shape of a coffin or a grave. Voor land en volk, so for land and for the nation. And here next to the monument you also have a cemetery. I've also spotted another cemetery on the other side. And more of the back roads here of Fauresmith with a beautiful Free State backdrop. You can see the gravel roads. You got the Burger Monument in that direction. And over here you've got the cemetery. Reichardt Park, by the looks of it. Let's just have a quick stroll through here. I think I've spotted a meerkat. Yeah, that's definitely a meerkat over there. This is a beautiful cemetery. It seems well maintained. So lots of people, I presume, who've contributed to Fauresmith and the surrounding areas. Look there, Etzebeth. That's a famous rugby surname in South Africa. Don't know if there's family of a famous lock here. Janse van Rensburg. I've spotted a few Pretorius and De Langes, Skreders. There's a Meyering van Kopenhagen. That is a unusual surname. Walking here in Fauresmith, I can't help but notice how proud the people are of their town. How clean it is. Yes, you have gravel roads, but they're well maintained, and just look at all the beautiful trees planted here in a row. And it's absolutely a joy to walk around here. I have also noticed a lot of these black pipes around the town. Obviously that has to do with water, and I believe water can be a problem if you don't have a borehole. But if you live in Fauresmith, let me know how you go about getting your water, because the Free State is not renowned for its rain, that's for sure. I think if you had to push me for an answer, I would say Agterkerk Street here in Fauresmith is my favorite. Just look at all the beautiful houses and the beautiful trees. Beautiful gardens here as well. I'm sure looking after them in this weather takes some sort of management, some sort of system. Yeah, loads of succulents here. And yeah, just another shot there of the trees. And you can see the church tower, the spire there. And over here as well. A succulent. Almost looks like an octopus. Octopus style plant here with all the tentacles, and again the use of the black pipe there. Dumela, middag sê. Hoe gaan dit? Dumela, hallo. Hoe gaan dit? Goed. Nee, goed, dat is allemaal mooi dorpie wat julle het, nee. Dat is hy, lekker dag. Bye bye julle. So Fauresmith, first impressions, very positive. I love all the art, I love all the green, love the plants, and I love the friendly locals. Hey guys, how are you? It's clear to me that the locals are trying their best and succeeding in beautifying the place. Hello guys, how are you? And the best friendly people in Fauresmith. So everyone, I've met an Arsenal fan here in Fauresmith, can you believe it? Actually, he said he only wore that shirt because he was painting.
Ja, goeiedag.
Hello Andrew.
Ja, soos ons sê, ons het die dorp tot ons mooiste kon bring. En ek is 'n verwer van Fauresmith. Die belangrikste dat die dorp altyd uitstaan vir mense soos toeriste en so.
En hierdie stad sal ook geverf
Ja,
wees.
die stad sal ook geverf.
Oor aan die ander kant, daai ene.
Ja, daar's 'n video wat hulle gevaar het van ons daar bo.
O, okay.
Ek was tot daar heel bo op die dinge.
So jy's al eintlik klaar baie famous, né?
Ja, ek is so halfpad.
Andrew, maar van my kant af, ek wil net vir jou dankie sê vir al die projekte hier in Fauresmith en dinge wat julle doen om die dorpie so mooi te hou, né? En julle moet altyd so aanhou.
Ons gaan nog probeer om nog mooier te
En ek
maak.
hoop julle kry nog toeriste.
Ja, ons hoop so. Baie
Daar sy.
dankie.
Okay, en mooi gaan man.
Dankie.
Daar sy. All right everyone, another day in Africa, in the Free State, the beautiful town of Fauresmith. And I think it's getting a bit late in the day, so now might be a good time to end the vlog. If you haven't done it yet, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what you thought of Fauresmith. For now, I just want to say again, thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, take it easy.